Hello everyone, всем привет, and welcome to the Mastering Russian Verbs Comprehensive Guide to Fluency. So, hello everyone, join us, and let's talk about Russian verbs. Okay, so my name is Aida. I'm Russian language teacher. And while we are waiting when the participants to connect, let me know more about yourself. So write down your name and where are you from? Okay, join us. We have 5 minutes to wait other participant and then we will start. Okay. If you are here, so please write down what's your name and where are you from. You can use the structure «Меня зовут». «Меня зовут» plus your name. Okay. And also «Я из» and your country. Okay. My name, например, for example, меня зовут Аида. Как вас зовут? Let me know where are you from and what's your name. Okay. Я из plus your country. Okay. Country. For example, я из России. I'm from Russia. Okay, welcome to the webinar Mastering Russian Verbs Comprehensive Guide to Fluency. Join us and let's get started. Let me know, can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see the screen and you can hear my voice. Send me plus if you can hear me, or send me minus if you cannot hear me. But I hope everything is good. Okay. Hello, привет. Привет, Йоханна. Привет, Йоханна. Йоханна из Индонезии. Рада видеть тебя. Happy to see you. Привет, привет. Гэри, привет, отлично. Привет, Лиза. Привет, друзья. Hello, everyone. So let's get started. Join us and let's discuss Russian verbs. Thank you for joining. I'm very happy to hear you, to see you here. Okay, so please join us. Okay, из Шотландии. Я из Шотландии. Отлично. Okay, Гэри. Йоханна, Лиза. Всем привет. So 2 minutes and we will start, okay? Can you see my screen? Let me know, please. So today we will talk about Russian verbs, how to use Russian verbs, why it's important to know how to change Russian verbs, okay? And after this webinar, you will know how to use Russian verbs, how to use Russian verbs in the present, in the past, and in the future tense. Okay. Отлично. Присоединяйтесь, пожалуйста, join us, and we will start in 2 minutes, okay? Just 2 minutes, and then we will start. Okay, let me know what's your favorite Russian verbs. What's your favorite Russian verb? Okay, which one is your favorite? And for example, my favorite verb is путешествовать because I like to travel. Путешествовать is my favorite verb. And what's your favorite verb? Так, let me know. Please let me know this in the comments. And then we will start. Okay, my name is Aida. I am Russian language teacher. And today we will talk about Russian verbs. Today we have a webinar, Mastering Russian Verbs, Comprehensive Guide to Fluency. So let me know what's your favorite verb. It's very important. I am excited to know what's your favorite verb. Okay, let me know in the comments. And we will start just in 1 minute. Так, отлично. Замечательно. Thanks for joining. Okay. So let's get started and let's talk about Russian verbs. So, first question I would like to discuss with you, it's why it's important to learn verbs. So here you can see some reasons why verbs are important in Russian language. So, and the first reason, it's a foundation of communication because verbs, these are very important part of speech in Russian language, and they convey actions, states, or occurrences in a sentence. Without verbs, communication lacks clarity and context. So it's very important to know Russian verbs because you can understand the meaning of the sentence if you know the meaning of a verb. Okay. Also, it's important to know verbs because it's structural understanding. So if you understand verbs, it allows you to comprehend how sentences are formed in Russian and how time, aspect, fluence the verb usage. Okay, so it's very important to know Russian verbs. And also, different verbs can convey subtle differences in meaning. Mastering verbs enable learners to express themselves with precision, capturing nuanced emotions, intentions, and situations accurately. Also, if you know Russian verbs, you can speak more fluently and you can express your thoughts um, more accurately, because it's a really important thing. When you learn Russian verbs, it's important to learn verb with a question. For example, if you learn a Russian verb читать, let's have a look. Russian verb читать. Читать, which means to read. If you learn this verb, I recommend that you learn this verb with the question читать что. So it means that you have to use this verb читать with the question что. It means that you have to use the accusative case after this verb. Читать что? And for example, читать книгу. Okay, it's important because if you know the question, you can use the correct case. So this is the first and very important thing about Russian verbs. So now you know why it's important to learn Russian verbs. And let's talk about how to change Russian verbs. And in our today's webinar, we will discuss three main types of Russian verbs. Verbs of the first group, verbs of the second group, and verbs with the suffixes ova or eva. Also, you will learn how to change verbs in the present tense, in the past tense and in the future tense. We will have some practice and we will make sentences in the present, past, and future. I recommend you some resources. Okay, so let's get started and let's talk about Russian verbs. Russian verb basics. Okay, отлично. So join us. Отлично. Хорошо. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Let me know. Отлично. So let's get started. Russian verbs, basics. In Russian, we have two main group of Russian verbs. So the first group is these are verbs with the endings at or yat. Okay. For example, let's have a look at some verbs like читать. Читать. This verb means to read. Or, for example, let's have a look at verb гулять. Гулять. So, as you can see, this verb читать ends with at, and this one гулять ends with ять. So, let's have a look how to change this verb. Читать. We will change this verb in the present tense right now. Читать. So we have personal pronouns. Я, ты, он или она, мы, вы, они. Я, I, ты, you, он, она, he or she, мы, we, вы, it's you, polite, or it's you for a group of people, and они, it means they. Okay, let's change this verb читать. Я. So when you change the verbs of the first group, first thing you have to do, you need to cut т. Okay, you need to cut this т. And you have to use this part читать. Я, чита, and then we should put personal ending. So for this personal pronoun я, we should put ending ю. Я читаю. It means I read or I am reading. Я читаю. Ты, so you read or you are reading. Ты читаешь. Он, она, so look, you have to use this part. Он, она читает. Мы, we are reading or we read. Мы читаем. Вы, you, polite or addressed to a group of people. Вы читаете. Okay? And for plural, they read or they are reading. Они чита. We also use this part чита. And then we use ending for plural читают. Look, for the first group, we use endings ю, ешь, ед, ем, ете, or ют for plural. Okay, look, this is the present tense of the verb of the first group. Verbs of the first group has the ending at or yat. To change this verb in the present tense, you need to cut this part. You need to cut it. And you have to use this part, чита. Чита. Я читаю, ты читаешь, он, она читает, мы читаем, вы читаете, они читают. So the same thing with the verb гулять. Let's change it together. Гулять. Let's have a look at this verb. So the first thing you have to do, you need to cut this t, and you have this part гуля, and you have to use it. Я гуляю. Ты. Let's work together, and you can change this verb with me. Ты гуляешь. ешь. Он, она, he or she, walks, да, он, она гуляет. Мы гуляем. Вы гуляете. И они гуляют. Okay. So as you can see, for the verb of the first group, we use these endings. Ending you, ешь, ед, ем, ете, or ют. To form the present tense of the verbs of the first group, you need to cut ending te, you need to cut it. You need to use just this part, chita or gula, and then put personal endings. So this is the present tense of the verbs of the first group. Okay, and now let's talk about verbs of the second group. Verbs of the second group more often have ending it. Let's have a look to the verb говорить. For example, говорить. Говорить, which means to speak. As you can see, we have ending it in this verb. Говорить, to speak. So, to form present tense, we need to cut it. So, look at the difference. If we talk about verbs of the first group, we need to cut t. If we talk about verbs of the second group, we need to cut it. Okay, and we have this part, говор, говор, and we use it to form personal forms. So, yeah, we also have these personal pronouns. Я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. Okay, now let's change this verb. Говорить. Говорить means to speak. Я говор. So we use this part. Говор. We don't use this ending. We cut this ending, okay? And then we put personal ending. Я говорю. Then ты. Ты говоришь. Please pay attention that when we talk about the second group, we need to use и in the ending. So, ишь. Ты говоришь. Compare. Here we use ending ish. And here, when we talk about the verbs of the first group, we use ending ешь. Okay? So, ты говоришь, but ты читаешь. Okay. Я говорю, ты говоришь, он, она говорит, мы говорим, вы говорите, они говорят. These are endings for the second group verbs. Let's have a look one more time. So, я говорю, it means I speak. I speak. Я говорю. And we use ending you. Ты говоришь. You speak. And we use ending ish. Он, она говорит. He or she speaks. Говорит. And we use ending it. Мы говорим. Okay, and we use ending им for мы. Вы говорите. Они говорят. Okay, so let's have a look at this group one more time. So this verb говорит belongs to the second group, and we change it like this. We need to cut this ending it, and then put personal endings. Please pay attention that when we talk about first group, we have yeah in the ending. When we talk about second group verbs, we have e at the ending, okay? So let's have a look one more time, and let's change the verb, for example, варить, варить, which means to boil, or maybe to cook something. Yeah? Let's have a look at the verb. A verb варить, to cook or to boil. So as you can see, we have ending it this verb, and it means that this verb belongs to the second group. We need to cut this ending, and we have to use just this part, var. Let me cut all these endings. I think it will be better for memorizing. We need to cut these endings in the first group, and we need to cut this ending if we talk about verbs of the second group. So we need to cut this part, and we have just this part, var, and we need to put personal endings. So let's do it. Варить. Я варю. Ты. What's the ending? Ты варишь. Он, она варит. Мы варим. Вы варите. Они варят. As you can see, we use the same endings and we change the verbs of the second group in the same way. Look, варить, we need to cut this ending it, and then we need to put personal endings. Я варю, ты варишь, он, она варит, мы варим, вы варите, они варят. Okay, so you know how to change verbs of the first and verbs of the second group. Let's have a look one more time and let's repeat. If we talk about verbs of the first group, you can see endings like at or yat. To form personal forms of verbs of the first group, you just need to cut t to form present. Okay, so cut t and put personal endings for the verbs of the first group. If we talk about second group verbs, so you can see it at the end. To form personal forms of this verb in the present tense, you have to cut ending t, it, and then put personal endings. But also, please pay attention that when we talk about verbs of the first group, we have to use yeah in our ending. If we talk about verbs of the second group, we have to use e instead of yeah. Okay, so now you know how to change verbs of the first and of the second group. And also one more important thing. Look, we have some verbs with suffixes ova or Yeva. In the beginning of our webinar, I told you that my favorite verb is путешествовать. Путешествовать, which means to travel. Путешествовать. It's a long verb, so let's write it down. Путешествовать. Путешествовать. So here you can see this suffix ova. Путешествовать. Okay. How to change this verb in the present tense? Okay, let's write these personal pronouns. Я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. Okay. So to form present tense of this verb, you need to cut this suffix. So now we talk about present tense. We cut this suffix, путешествовать. And in the present tense, we need to change this suffix with the suffix u. Путешеству. And then put personal endings for я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. Okay, let's try to change this verb in the present tense. I'm traveling. I am traveling, or I travel. Я путешествую. So you have this part, путешествую. And then instead of this suffix ova, you have to use suffix у. Путешествую. And then we put personal ending you. Я путешествую. I travel or I'm traveling. What about ты? How to change this form? Я путешествую. Так, ты путешествуешь. Ты путешествуешь. Окей, ты путешествуешь. Так, теперь он, она путешествует. And ending for он, она, ед. Путешествует. So can you see that we have at here? So we change this verb like verb of the first group. We have suffix ova. We need to cut this suffix. And instead of this suffix, we have to use suffix u. Он, она путешествует. Мы путешествуем. Okay. Вы путешествуете. Они путешествуют. Okay. So let's have a look one more time. If you see suffix ova or ева, sometimes it can be путешествовать, for example, you can see that this verb belongs to the first group, but in this verb we have suffix ova, which means that we need to cut this suffix in the present tense, and instead of this suffix we need to put suffix у. Я путешествую. Ты путешествуешь. Он, она путешествует. Мы путешествуем. Вы путешествуете. Они путешествуют. We don't say путешествую. It's a mistake. We don't say like this. If you have the suffix ova or ева, you need to cut this suffix in the present tense. And instead of this suffix, you need to use suffix у. Путешествую. Я путешествую. Okay? So, now let's change, for example, a verb рисовать. Рисовать, it means to draw, to paint. Рисовать. Can you see that in this suffix we also have, in this verb, we have suffix ova, right? So, it means that we have to change this verb like verb путешествовать. Рисовать, to draw, to paint. Рисовать. Я. So let's cut this suffix. Instead of this suffix, we use у. We cut this ending т because the verb belongs to the first group. And instead of this т, we need to put personal endings. Let's have a look. Я рисую. Я рисую. Ты рисуешь. Он, она рисует. Мы рисуем. Вы рисуете. Они рисуют. By the way, if you would like to download this presentation, you can join my Telegram channel, Russian is Easy Learning. You can see the QR code here and download this presentation and repeat this information one more time. Okay, so let's have a look one more time. So we have two main groups of Russian verbs. The first group with at or yat, the second group with it. And also we have verbs with suffixes ova or yeva. So let's repeat one more time how to change. If we talk about first group of Russian verbs, and you can see endings at or yat, you need to cut t at the end and put personal endings. If we talk about second group and you can see ending it, you need to cut this ending it. And instead of this ending, you need to put personal endings you, ish, it, im, ite, or yad. If you see verbs with suffixes ova or yeva, you need to cut this suffix in the present tense. So one more important thing. So these are verbs in the present tense. Now we talk about present tense and how to form present. And a bit later we will talk about past and future. So путешествовать. If you see this suffix, путешествовать, suffix over, you need to cut this suffix. You need to put suffix u instead of over, and then put personal ending. Look, this verb, for example, путешествовать, belongs to the first group because we have at at the end, right? Here we have at. So it means that we need to change this verb like the verbs of the first group. Okay. So let me know if this information is clear. Let me know, please, in the comments. Is this information is clear? And we will go further. Okay. Thanks for joining the webinar. And please, if you want to download this presentation, please join my Telegram channel, Russian Easy Learning. Here you can see a QR code for joining. It's absolutely free. And also in my Telegram channel, you can find a lot of very useful information, audio, tasks, quizzes for learning Russian. Okay, and let's go further. Let's talk about tenses. Okay. Introduction to verb conjugation in different tenses. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this table. And here you can see some verbs. And here you can see present, past, and future. So let's have a look at the first verb, слушать. Слушать, which means to listen. Слушать. In the present tense, so you already know how to change verbs of the first group. Look, here we have ending at. How to change verbs of the first group in the present tense. So let's do it. Слушать. In the present tense, it will be я слушаю. Ты слушаешь. Он, она слушает. Мы слушаем. Вы слушаете. Они слушают. Okay. So you can see how to change the verb слушать in the present tense. I'm listening or I listen. You're listening, she's listening, we're listening, you're listening, they are listening. So it can be present progressive or it can be present simple. In Russian we have just one form. Я слушаю, ты слушаешь, он, она слушает, мы слушаем, вы слушаете, они слушают. Okay, so this is the present tense of the verb of the first group. How to put this verb слушать to the past tense? Let's have a look. Слушать in the past tense. So in the past tense we have just three forms. Four, but actually form оно not very common. But let's have a look. Я, ты, он, it's male form. Я, ты, он. To form past tense, we need to cut t, also cut t. We need to cut t. And we have this part, слуша. Let's use it. Слуша. For male words, for male nouns, pronouns, we have to use this suffix l. Я слушал. So male form, we need to put suffix l. Я слушал. I listened. I was listening. Я слушал. If we talk about female word, female noun or pronoun, we say я, ты, он, она слушала. Слуша. So we use this part слуша, and then we put suffix l and ending for female word слушала. She was listening or she listened. Она слушала. Я, Аида, слушала. Ты слушала. But this form for female nouns. Анна слушала, подруга слушала. Да? And the form for plural. Мы, вы, они слушали. Слушали. Okay? This is the form for plural. So let's have a look one more time. If we talk about male noun, we use suffix l. If we talk about female noun, we use suffix l plus ending a. It's a female form. And if we talk about plural, so we use suffix l and ending for plural. Я, ты, он слушал. Я, ты, она слушала. Мы, вы, они слушали. It's the past form. Okay, so to form past, we need to cut to, and we need to put suffix l. If we talk about female word, we need to put ending a. If we talk about plural, we need to put ending и. Он слушал, она слушала, они слушали. Okay, and now let's have a look how to put this verb слушать to the future tense. Let's use this. Я, ты, он, она, мы, вы, они. And let's make a future tense of this verb, слушать. To form future simple, we need to use the verb быть. And we need to change the verb быть. Look, я буду. I will. Я буду. You will. Ты будешь. Он, она будет. Мы будем. Вы будете. И они будут. Быть in this case, so means will. I will, you will, she will. And then after this, we have to use the infinitive form of a verb. Слушать. So we just put слушать. Я буду слушать. I will listen. Я буду слушать. Ты будешь слушать. Слушать. Он или она будет слушать. Мы будем слушать, вы будете слушать, они будут слушать. I will listen, you will listen, she will listen, we will listen, you will listen, they will listen. It's the future tense, okay? So now you can change this verb or verbs of the present of the first group in the present, in the past, and in the future tense. And now let's have a look at the verb of the second group. It's a verb говорить, and you know how to change it. So you have ending it in this verb. We need to cut this ending when we form present tense. We need to cut this ending it. Okay, so we say I speak, and it will be я говорю. Я говорю. Ты говоришь. It's a present tense. Он, она говорит. Мы говорим. Вы говорите, они говорят. Они говорят. So it's the present tense of the verb of the second group, right? And as you can see, we need to cut this suffix it, and we need to put personal endings. Говорю, ты говоришь, он, она говорит, мы говорим, вы говорите, они говорят. So this is the present tense of this verb. This is the present tense of the verb of the second group. Now let's form past tense of this verb. If you need to form past, you just need to cut t, just t, all the time. When we talk about verbs of the first group, when we talk about verbs of the second group, when we talk about verbs with this suffix over, you just need to cut t, and that's it. And then you need to put suffix l and endings for female or ending for plural. Okay, so we have я, ты, он, male word. We cut this part t, we need to cut this ending t. We have говор and говори, and then put suffix l for to form past. Я, ты, он говорил, говорил. Я, ты, она говорила. So as you can see, we use this part, говори, to form past tense of the verb. And for plural, мы, вы, они, говори, and then suffix l for the past tense, and ending e, говорили. Okay, so now you can see that when we form past tense, we just need to cut to, we need to put suffix l for male, suffix l plus ending a for female, suffix l plus ending e for plural. We don't have gender in the present. We don't have personal forms in the past tense. We just have gender, male, female, or we have plural forms. Okay, and now let's put this verb to the future tense. It's completely the same like in this situation. So let's use this. Let's copy this and put it here. Why I do this? Because we just need to change the infinitive, right? So we also use the verb быть. And instead of the verb слушать, we need to put a verb говорить. And that's it. I will speak. Я буду говорить. Ты будешь говорить. Он, она будет говорить. Мы будем говорить. Вы будете говорить. Они будут говорить. So this is the future tense. We also use the verb быть, and then we put the infinitive form of the main verb. I will speak, you will speak, she will speak, we will speak, you will speak, and they will speak. Okay, so to form future simple, we use the verb быть plus the infinitive form of the main verb. Okay, and now let's have a look at the verb рисовать. Рисовать. You know how to make a present tense of this verb. So pay attention that in this verb we have suffix over. So memorize that if you see suffix over, you need to cut it in the present tense, and you need to put suffix u instead. So я рисую, ты рисуешь, он, она рисует, мы рисуем, вы рисуете, они рисуют. This is the present tense. Я рисую. Я рисую. Right now, I'm drawing. I'm painting. Я рисую. Also, it can be like routine, present simple, я рисую, да? Я рисую. Look how to change this verb in the present tense, and you know about this. Pay attention that here we have suffix over, and when we put this verb to the present tense, we need to cut this suffix and we need to put suffix u instead, and then we put personal endings. This verb belongs to the first group because we have this at the end, okay? So this is the present tense. If we talk about past, just cut to, just cut this, cut to, and put a suffix l for male words, nouns, put suffix l plus ending a for female nouns, put suffix l plus ending e for plural nouns. Okay, let's do it. Я, ты, он рисовал. As you can see, I use this part, рисова, and then put suffix л. Я, ты, она, it's a female form, рисова, suffix l and female ending a. И for plural, мы, вы, они, рисова, suffix l plus ending for plural, рисовали. Я, ты, он рисовал. Я, ты, она рисовала. Мы, вы, они рисовали. Okay, this is the past tense of the verb рисовать, to draw or to paint. Okay, if we talk about past tense of this verb, we do not change the suffix. We just need to cut to. If we talk about all these verbs, as you can see, слушать, говорить, рисовать, to form past tense of these verbs, we need to cut just to, cut it, cut, and put suffix l for male word plus ending a for female word plus ending e for plural. Слушал, слушала, слушали. Говорил, говорила, говорили. Рисовал, рисовала, рисовали. Okay, male, female, plural. And now let's have a look to the future tense of this verb. Okay, рисовать. It's also completely the same. We use this structure. We use the verb be to form future tense. And we need to put, instead of this verb говорить, we need to put the verb рисовать here. The infinitive form of a verb is the first form of the main verb. So the main verb is рисовать. So we say I will paint. Я буду рисовать. Ты будешь рисовать. Он, она будет рисовать. Мы будем рисовать. Вы будете рисовать. И они будут рисовать. This is the future tense. I will draw, you will draw, she will draw, etc. So this is the future tense. So look how to form present, past, and future. This is the basic information about Russian verbs. It's really very important because when you speak Russian, you should use verb in the present. If you talk about past, you have to use the verb in the past form. If you would like to talk about future, you have to use the verb in the future tense. So the verb is the very important part of speech in Russian language, not only in Russian, in each language. But in Russian, it's really very important because you need to know how to change the verb in the different tenses. And also, you have to know the question of a verb. So if you would like to enrich your vocabulary, if you would like to learn more words, learn verbs with questions, and learn verbs in a context, For example, if you would like to learn a verb читать, don't learn just читать and that's it. Learn the phrase «Я читаю книгу». Then put this sentence «Я читаю книгу» in the past tense. For example, yesterday I read a book. So you say «Вчера я», it's a female gender, so I say «Я читала книгу вчера». And put this sentence to the future. Tomorrow I will read a book. Завтра я буду читать книгу. So, now you know this verb читать. You know how to change this verb in the present, in the past, and in the future. And also you know which case you have to use after this verb. It's a very important thing. In Russian, verbs are crucial and you need to memorize verbs. And you need to memorize not just only a verb, but verb plus question of a verb. Читать что, гулять где, etc. It's very important to speak fluently, to speak correctly, right? Okay, and now let's practice a little, and let's have a look at these verbs. So here we have, okay, let's use the verb, we will do this. Let's use the verb отдыхать, говорить и путешествовать. So let's make present, past, and future. Отдыхать. So how do you say I have a rest? Я отдыхаю. Yesterday, я Aida, so I'm a female, I'm a woman, so that's why I use the verb in the female form. Я отдыхала. Я отдыхала. And let's use this verb in the future form, tomorrow. Я буду отдыхать. Okay, so let's have a look. Я отдыхаю, present tense. Я отдыхала, past tense. Я буду отдыхать. Please look here. The second verb we use in the infinitive form. Буду plus the infinitive form of the main verb. Okay, next verb говорить. Говорить, to speak. I speak. Говорить. Сейчас I speak. Сейчас я говорю. Yesterday я говорила. Tomorrow I will. Я буду говорить. Okay. And the last verb путешествовать. As you can see, we have suffix over here. And we say сейчас я путешествую. So we change the suffix over with the suffix у. Я путешествую. Вчера я, we do not change. In the past tense, we do not change the suffix. We use this suffix. We just need to cut т. So it will be вчера. Я путешествовала. И for future я буду путешествовать. We use the verb быть, and we use the main verb in the infinitive form. Okay, so after this webinar, I hope you will learn some new information about Russian verbs, or you will find something interesting for you, because Russian verbs really, it's very important. It's important information for language learners. And if you want to speak Russian fluently, if you don't want to make a mistake in tenses, if you don't want to make mistake with cases, you need to learn verbs. Okay, so if you would like to learn verbs in different levels, you can find the book. The name of the book is Lexical Minimum for A1 level, Lexical Minimum for A2 level, Lexical Minimum for B1 level, and you can learn verbs from these books, and it will be very, very good for your language. It's very will be very, very good for your language proficiency, and you will speak more confidently. Okay, so I will remind you one more time that if you would like to download this presentation, and if you would like to repeat the information about Russian verbs, please join my Telegram channel, Russian Easy Learning. Okay, and there you will find a lot of very useful information about learning Russian. You will find audio files, quizzes, tests, some texts with tasks, and a lot of very, very interesting information about Russian language. Okay, so in our webinar, we discussed the information about Russian verbs. So look here. Um, I repeat it one more time that you can find the information about the webinar here. And also, I would like to share with you some interesting courses that you can take. And the first course, if you would like to boost your knowledges, if you would like to start learning Russian, this is the course, the Master Your Russian course. If you would like to know more about this course, you can open this QR code and read more information about the course. So this course for beginners, and you can you can build a strong foundation when you start this course, because on this course I will explain basics, and also the course offers flexible learning options, allowing beginners to learn at their own pace. You do exercises, you record audios, and you send me for checking, and then I will send you feedback about this course. And this course is structured in a logical and progressive manner, and starts with the basics and gradually progresses to more complex concepts. Okay, and it's easy for you, easy for beginners to follow and learn step by step. And on this course, I explain the grammar, the basic grammar. I explain very important verbs. I explain how to use Russian cases. I explain why we use cases. It's not just if you will understand why we use cases, how we use verbs, you build a strong foundation for further learning of of the Russian language. So this course is 1 month, 4 times a week. You will get a text with audio and useful vocabulary in Telegram channel. And then you should complete exercises. You should record audio, or you can record video and you can send me. I will check this video. If you have any mistakes, if you have any problems, I will explain all these things and I will send you feedback. If you have any questions about this after this, okay, so you just can send me a message and I will explain every thing for you. This course for levels A1. So this course is for you if you would like to, if you know something, if you can read, it's important. if you can read, this course is for you. If you would like to build your this strong foundation for further learning of the Russian language, if you would like to get acquainted with structure of the Russian language, if you would like to know more about Russian cases, if you would like to know how to use Russian cases and why Russians use cases, and if you would like to listen, to train your listening from the beginning, if you would like to work on your speaking, because we will discuss the basic topics about yourself, about the city, about the family, about the holidays and gifts, etc. So during this course, you will train, you will boost your skills, listening skills, speaking, writing, grammar, vocabulary. All these activities work together. Okay, so this is the course Master Your Russian, and I highly recommend this course if you would like to build the strong foundation. Okay, so you can use this QR code to open more information about this course. Master Your Russian course. This course is for you if you would like to learn more about the structure, if you would like to know more about Russian grammar, if you would like to start, and if you would like to understand how Russian language works, if you would like to use it confidently. Next course is the master. Next course is Boost Your Listening course. Okay, sorry, Boost Your Listening. The name of this course, Boost Your Listening. Okay, so as you can see, this course helps you to work on your listening skills. Okay, so Boost Your Listening course from A1 to B1 level. This course will help you if you want to expand your vocabulary, if you want to improve your listening comprehension, if you would like to get acquainted with the natural language, observe how grammar works in a context, in real conversations, and if you would like to get acquainted with Russian culture, traditions, and build confidence in the conversation. I highly recommend this course. This I will, if you would like to join this course, so I will send you the link to our Telegram group where you will receive audio information every day, and you will receive exercises for practicing. It's not just listening, passive listening, it's active listening and speaking. So you practice your listening, you practice your speaking. It's really very good opportunity to work on your listening, guys. So I highly recommend this course if you want to improve your listening in Russian. So if you would like to find more information about this course, you can use this QR code. And this course, if you can read, if you know basics, if you understand, if you can speak a little, so this course is for you. If you can speak about yourself, if you can speak about your family, if you understand some simple dialogues like как тебя зовут, где ты живешь, что ты любишь делать. So if you can read in Russian, this course is for you. So and this course will help you to improve your listening, guys. So this QR code helps you to find more information about this course, Boost Your Listening. And one more interesting thing, this is the book Once Upon a Time in the City of N, if you like to read in Russian. So you can use this book and you can buy this book on my website. You can open this QR code and you will find it. I wrote this book especially for you so that it would be interesting and easy for you to learn Russian. And The idea of writing the book appeared as a result of many years of experience teaching Russian to adults from scratch. So in this book, you will find dialogues with audio, so you can read and listen to the dialogues, and you will find speech models and language patterns typical for modern Russian spoken language. So this book will be interesting and useful for beginners and those who continue to study Russian as a foreign language. And the level, what's the level? If you know Russian in A1 level, so you can talk about yourself, you can talk about your family, this book suit you. So I recommend this book if you would like to read and listen at the same time. This is the very good opportunity to work on your reading and on your listening skills. So if you would like to learn more information about this book, you can open this QR code and find out more information about my book, Once Upon a Time in the City of N. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for your attention. And if you have any questions or if you have some recommendations or something else, please let me know in the comments under this video. And see you on my lessons and see you on the Instagram Russian Easy Learning or in my Telegram channel Master Russian Easy Learning. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this webinar was helpful for you. Thank you guys for joining. And if you would like to join, one more important thing I forgot about, we have groups, online groups for A1 and A0, A1 level. If you would like to start, if you would like to immerse yourself into the Russian language, please join us and start learning Russian, because I like teaching. I like Russian language. I like to see how my students progress. So that's why I invite you to this course. I invite you to start from scratch. If you can read, it's okay. If you cannot read it, also okay. If you would like to join this online course for beginners twice a week, Monday, Thursday at 8 p.m. So let me know in the comments or let me know in my Telegram channel, Russian Easy Learning. Okay, so thank you so much for your attention and see you. Пока-пока. Thank you, guys.